Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Miami Marlins. Getting the nod on the mound, Max Meyer. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him? About to get started here. Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. Out in front and foul to the left side.
First pitch, 140.
Now the 0-1. To third. One out in the top of the first. And now it's going to be Mickey Moniak.
Mickey Moniak.
Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
That's a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
It's interesting. You have spring training, wonderful weather, and then most teams.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. On a bounce. Safe. Comes up empty. That's strike two. The guy that I've encountered that hates the cold weather the most, Mookie Betts. I mean, he grew up in Tennessee, so it's not exactly like balmy there. I mean, it gets a little chilly in Tennessee, but under 60 degrees, he will wear two sets of batting gloves, one on top of the other, and sometimes he'll wear not one set of thermals, but two sets of long johns over top one another. That one way outside, ball one. And a swing and a miss.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Way outside, straight to the backstop. Moniak up to third on the wild pitch. 2-2. On the ground. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The run comes across and the Rockies score first. It's 1-0. Ezekiel Tovar stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. And that one sliced foul. Right side. And it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. Kyle Stowers getting ready to hit. And a foul ball. Stowers matched a homer in his last game. And that one ripped to left. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And now for the Marlins, Jacob Marcy, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Tap foul at the plate. The 0-1. Swinging a foul straight back. Way inside, and that hit him. First and second, no outs. Heriberto Hernandez, the next up for the Marlins. Swings through that. First and second, no outs. Here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Quintana checks the runner, and he dives back in safely. Runner edges away at second. Foul ball, still 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
And that chance handled. Throws to second for one. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Grounds one to short. That's the third out. Inning over. Top of the second. So in now for Colorado, Edouard Julien. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone.
With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Brenton Doyle in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Swing and a ground ball out to short, into the outfield, base hit. So a man at first. This is Willie Castro. Swing and a miss, strike one. That was the sweeper, but it missed. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And now Jake McCarthy. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. So the Rockies lineup turns over. Tyler Freeman now at the plate.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
Fouled off down the right side. And a ball evens the count. Traffic on the bases with one already in here at the top of the second. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. This one in the air, center field. That's out number 2. Next to hit for the Rockies, Mickey Moniak. Ball one there.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Fought off foul. First and second, 2 down. Here in the third and final game of the series. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that one hit to first. Takes it himself. They limit the damage here. Marlins get one back thanks to this solo. Bottom half of inning number 2. And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norby. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Quintana, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and he's a native of Colombia. Fastball right back to the mound. On to first. That's one out, the bottom of the second. So up next, Xavier Edwards, a switch hitter batting right. That's out to center field. Doyle in position, and there's 2 down. Griffin Conant will hit next. 3 for 6 in the series so far. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. To the warning track, makes the catch. New inning getting started. Now the Rockies catcher, Hunter Goodman. Hey! Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And there's 1 down. Next is the designated hitter, Jordan Beck. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1.
He's a master at hitting fastballs. You need to be careful with location if you're going to throw them.
Whips it to first. First two batters retired here in the top of the third. Tovar takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. And looks like he wants the signs again as he steps off the rubber. 2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field. And that is that. Welcome back and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Ground ball up the middle. Nice grab to his knee. The throw.
Well, you can see right there he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop. Gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the team up for sure.
Otto Lopez, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. Just missed.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Another 1-2. That's to third. Castro sends it to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. And first offering is fouled off. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Handles, throws to first. That ends. Start of the fourth. So in now for Colorado, Edouard Julien. Line drive, and that gets down for a base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Doyle wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Here's a strike. That one off the mark. 2-2. Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Got him swinging, and that's 4 strikeouts.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Here's the pitch. Run around the goal. There's a ball. Throw.
No, he's in there. Safe.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or players are going to be running all game.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Digging in, Jake McCarthy.
No, inside.
Close
Ball
one,
2.
doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Towards first, Morel. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back in the ballpark, and in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. Foul ball there.
You know, these Marlins definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boo.
And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Heriberto Hernandez, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 1 so far. And a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. At the plate, Christopher Morel. He's 0 for 1. Pickoff throw. Marcy dives back in safely.
Outside, that's a ball.
Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a count 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. Up the middle, and that one handled. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
No, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Norby, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can
swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Long run, tracks it down. All 3 runners tagging up. Runner from third comes across, and now they trail by 1. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Golden opportunity right here. Misses off the plate, and that's ball 1.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were set.
Yep,
well, this is
went out.
a little tough for the hitter. In the back of the mind, you're wondering with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back, let your hands work, stay in the middle of the field.
Two on, 1 out. That one outside. 3-1 now. Hard hit into the gap. Should bring in 2. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score. It's 3-2. It's a 2-run double, and they have the lead.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. 1 out, runner at second. Griffin Conant digs in now. Throw to second, safe. He's 0 for 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. And that one fouled off. Man at second. Up the middle. Base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and they lead by 2.
Picks himself up at RBI. Really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
And the batter now, Javier Sanoja. Tovar over to Freeman. They get 1. And their second double play of the day will end the 4th. Back here at Lone Depot Park, we go to the top of the 5th. Tyler Freeman digging in for the Rockies. Popped up. Morel should have this one. And there's 1 down.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But They should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Moniak stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And another
that's off the
ball.
plate. Ball 2.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Struck him out swinging. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And now the catcher comes up to him. Hunter Goodman. In the dirt, ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. And that's a swing, according to umpire Matthew Ross. The 1-2. This one in the air, center field. Marcy settles underneath it. And that is that. Welcome back. Let's take look at how the series has played out so far. Lopez in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him.
You know, these Marlins doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Back to the top of the Miami order, Kyle Stowers getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Lopez on at first, nobody out. Late with the swing there. That one back up the middle and it gets through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Here comes the manager out of the dugout. Number 58 gets the ball now. On for his major league debut and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, I'm sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
Next to hit, Jacob Marcy. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Gone. He nails one out to right. And they boost their lead. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Now it's the Marlins catcher, Heriberto Hernandez.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Here's a 1-1. The Rockies have some action in the pen. Chase Stolander, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Hill getting loose as well. That misses. Ball 3. Draws the walk there.
Take your base.
So man aboard, Christopher Morel now at the plate.
Number 5, Christopher Morel.
and it stays fair. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
He stayed close with the front side, even though he likes to go to the opposite field. If you go inside too many times, he'll make you pay.
Now it's the DH, Connor Norby. Chopped to the ground. Just foul down the right field line. Wow. That one finds the corner. That is strike two. Now he's challenging the called strike. And the strike call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. Swings and misses, struck him out. And that is a big first out. Runners at second and third and one out. Now here is Xavier Edwards. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Base hit. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and it's 9-2.
I feel like I've seen more balls, and this is speaking as a former outfielder, former center fielder, but more balls in this game.
One down. Now it's the right fielder, Griffin Conine. Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Headed for the plate. The relay, head first slide, and he's safe. And it's an 8-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair. So that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
On the ground to third. Tags the runner for one, and no throw. He's into first easily. Now, Otto Lopez.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
And ball one. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
So the lineup flips over. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins.
Ball, that's inside.
The big six spot already on the board this inning. Last half of inning number 5. Check swing went around, and that's strike one. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 on, 2 outs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And the inning is over. But 6 runs. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. So now it's the 4-hole hitter. Jordan Beck, Ryan Gusto into the game.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon on big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Up the middle, and that chance handled. Not in time.
He's good.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit. And it looks like they might end up challenging this one. Very close play. And we will take another look as well.
I couldn't tell on live action, that's for sure. And, you know, the umpire is so much closer to the play, and he thought he beat the throw, so we'll see.
So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call. Another look at it. Singer, are you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off for him. So 2 down. Edouard Julien will hit next. Swing and a foul out of play. The 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And down on strikes he goes, and that's the 3rd out. Back here in Miami, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
Foul ball. And he grounds one to the right side. And that one handled. Gets it to first. A great play deep in the hole. So digging in, Heriberto Hernandez. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
That was straight queso right there.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Christopher Morel. Chopped left side. And a foul ball. Quick move to first. And he's back in easily. The 0-1. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Doyle on his way over. Takes it in for the out. Manager out of the dugout. Juan Mejia will take over here. I think
be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way, because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a ground ball. Can't glove it cleanly. Still fires to first.
He's out.
One left for Miami. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news. From around the league. And first offering is fouled off. Breaking ball through there for a strike. And he grounds one back up the middle. What a stop. It's there, and that's a great play. Here's the third baseman, Willie Castro. The Fish up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Ground ball left side. And 2 away to start the 7th. Now the left fielder, Jake McCarthy. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order. Now it's the second baseman, Tyler Freeman. And a curve misses outside. Swings through that one for strike one.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
This one in the air, right field. Misses the catch. Coming home. And they put the tag on him. That's the third out. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game sum.
The second baseman, Xavier Edwards.
In the air to left center. That one gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Carrying well. And it's out of here. Into the home bullpen for a homer. A 2-run blast. And they add to their lead.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. What I love about this swing is he stayed tall, allowed his hands to go directly to the baseball, letting that bat head get down through the ball to create backspin and hit it out of the ballpark. Really nice job.
Now the third baseman, Javier Sanoja. On the ground to the left. One pitch and one out. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
And first offering is fouled off. And that one hammered. And that's going to bang against the wall. The throw in. Back to the top of the order now. And up next for Miami, Kyle Stowers. First pitch swinging. And that one fouled off. Man at first, one away. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Quick toss to first, and he's back safely. High fly ball out into left center field. And there's 2 down. Here comes the skipper. Righty reliever out of the pen, Keegan Thompson. He's making his second appearance of the season. Swing and a ball lifted left field. That is the inning. 2-run shot for Miami this inning. 8th inning coming up. This is Marlins baseball on the show, Florida. Now the number.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 43, Andrew Nardi.
Just missed.
Inside, ball
Nardi, a 6'3" lefty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss, struck him out. coming out of the bullpen and throwing beats. 2 down, bases empty. Stepping in, Jordan Beck. And that drops in for a strike. This one in the air, right field. And that is that. Rockies are down. Bottom of the 8th. And now for the Marlins, Heriberto Hernandez. Line drive to short and caught. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Christopher Morel.
Christopher Morel.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 2 outs, bases empty. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. He swings and fouls one off. Fought off foul. Two down, nobody on. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back here at Lone Depot Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Ezekiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies. That one finds the corner, and it's 0-2. Tovar wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they've still got both their challenges.
Ball inside.
On the ground to first,
Nope.
but it
Foul
kicks
ball.
foul. Set down on strikes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. Got him. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Rockies down to their final out. Digging in, Brenton Doyle.
Hey! Ball.
They're down to their final strike. Pitch misses, and a count now even up. Got it. That's the ball game.
After a couple of times through the order, this team really figured it out with the bats. A huge 5th inning, and that was all they really needed to get this victory today. Really nice job to pick up the W today.
And your final 12-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
If it's over, it's over. So just don't act like my love wasn't enough.